Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Is it Thursday? It is Thursday. And when it's Thursday here, I'm on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter at Kati Morton, tweet, and use the hashtag KatiFAQ, I've searched far and wide and I found them. And so I have 3 today and I'm feeling much better today. Thank you all so much for your well wishes. I have the sweetest fans. I bet you everybody's jealous because mine are the best. But I am feeling better. I'm still a little congested and I'm still a little tired, but I have 3 more days of my antibiotics. I will take them all. Many of you said, take them all. I will take them all. Don't worry. But I think that might be why I'm still kind of tired, because we know those are like hard on our body. So without further ado, I have 3 questions today and a journal topic at the end. So let's get crack-a-lackin'. First question. How can you cope in a close relationship with someone who has depression? Question. I feel as if I'm trying all the time to make an effort to be there for her, to prove I care, yet the only things she picks up on are the times that I don't reply immediately or I forget to do something, and that to her proves that I don't care. I know it's her illness, but I find it really hard to put in so much love and it not actually matter. I'm ashamed to say I'm starting to resent it. What can I do? Now, I thought this was a good question because oftentimes we talk about what it's like for us to struggle with something, but we forget that we're affected by it as well from other people in our lives having something like that. And it can be really exhausting. Now, when it comes to a situation like this, I'm going to try to keep it more focused on a depression or someone when, even if you're giving them attention and love, it like doesn't matter, and they hone in on the times when you miss or you aren't available, heaven forbid. It's important to communicate as much as you can. Now, recognize that they may not be able to hear you. They may not be able to understand. Like, they may be so in their depression that they can't see out of it. But I would take time to talk to them. I would sit down and say, let's just say her name is Lily, because I like that name. Hey, Lily, you know how much I love you. I care about you so much, and I try so hard to be there for you, but I'm not perfect, and I have other things going on too. And if I miss a call or I don't text back, it doesn't mean I care about you any less. I think expressing this and telling them this, and then you can follow up with, I feel like sometimes when we're talking about things, it's like you focus on the negative versus all the positive. I try really hard to be there for you and to be consistent, and I'm human, nobody's perfect, and I can't be available all the time. And I would just start talking about it. If it gets so bad that this person becomes almost like toxic to you, because that can happen where it's like really, really exhausting and you're putting in all this effort and all this work and it still is nothing. It's like not getting any better and they're not, recognizing all of the work, then you may have to set some boundaries. Like I talked about in my other videos, setting boundaries around how long you're with them and what time you spend with them and the expectations they have about you, and just kind of setting that up for yourself so that you don't find yourself resenting them so much. So it's like a safe place for both of you to be friends and to have a relationship that is just better overall. I know that that's really hard to hear, and I know sometimes it's really hard on both sides because that person's obviously really struggling and she's really down and she's only hearing the negative. I would tell her about my channel, have her watch my videos, and encourage her to see a therapist. But other than that, we really can't do anything else for them. Just be there for them and be as honest as we can, and I think communication is the best way to work on that, okay? Question number 2, could I be faking my depression? I'm a 21-year-old girl, and I've checked out symptoms on depression, and I match with being irritable, getting tired, headaches, tight throat, nail biting, overwhelming feelings, numbness, overthinking, isolation, not wanting to communicate with anyone, losing interest in stuff, etc. But I don't know if this is just normal or if I'm making all this stuff up in my head. This actually started about a year ago, and it's all intensified for the past few months. Now, first of all, please get properly diagnosed by a professional. Doing those silly quizzes online, as much as we love them, they're not always backed by any actual study, or it may not actually be a rating scale that's used by professionals or is based on research to some extent. So see a professional, don't do it yourself. This is one of the things you can't do yourself. And could you be faking your depression? Now, my first question, if a patient asked me this in my office, I'd say, what would you get out of it? Why would you fake it? And then you think about it and you're like, I don't know, I probably wouldn't. Because the only reason people fake illnesses I think it's called Munchausen syndrome, if I'm saying that correctly. And that's when we kind of fake being sick for attention, or there's another one for if you fake it for financial gain. But most people, the percentage of people that do that in the whole world is very low. And the likelihood that any of us would take all that time and energy to fake being ill is very, very, it's not possible, really. Most of you, this is not going to be something you would fake, because if you really are feeling this way, you're not faking it. We can't make up things that are happening to us. It may be hard for us to deal with. It may be hard for us to tolerate. And a lot of times we have a lot of self-doubt and embarrassment and shame that comes along with mental illness, which is why I'm here, so that we can break through the stigma and we can talk about it and we can realize that a lot of people feel that way. And it's very normal, and it's something that you can get help for. So I would encourage you to see a professional, start venting about it, talking about it, because you don't have to feel low anymore. There is hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? Question number 3. Whenever I see or hear that recovery is a choice that only you can make, or anything along those lines, I feel so guilty that I'm not recovered yet, and that it's my fault yet again because I'm not recovered. In your opinion, what does recovery as a choice actually mean? Does it mean that if I wanted to recover, I would be, and every mistake or relapse or spiral is me not trying hard enough, or not wanting it enough, or not making the choice? This is really good. Some good shit right here. Is recovery a choice? Definitely. It's definitely a choice. We have to choose to work as hard as we've ever worked on anything in our entire life. Is it a choice like, am I going to have eggs or am I going to have cereal this morning? No, it's not that kind of a choice. Or am I going to wear coral or am I going to wear a white shirt? If things in life were only that simple, if everything was like, I'm going to just make this choice, boop, and then it happens, mental health, I would be out of business. That's for sure, because there would be no need for therapists. So yes, recovery is a choice because we have to choose to work on it. But then recovery as a whole is this long winding path. It's a process. It's something that we go through. It's something where we have slip-ups, we have relapses, we get back up, we try again, we learn. That's all part of recovery. So I would say, back to the negative voice in your head, that recovery is a choice and you chose to recover, but recovery is a process. It's not perfection. And that's really the truth. And I know that some people don't believe it that way, but those people don't really understand what's happening. There, I said it. So that's how I feel about that. And you can let me know what you think. As always, leave your comments below. Let me know, agree, disagree, whatever. It's good for us to talk about it, right? Now, the journal topic I found on Pinterest. I like Pinterest. I can't help myself. And it says, life is like riding a bicycle. In order to keep your balance, you have to keep moving. I thought that was perfect for the recovery as a process thing. Like, it's hard, and sometimes we just have to keep moving. And I think I also like this because I really like Finding Nemo when she's like, just keep swimming, because that's sometimes what we really have to do. Life can be really bad, and it can be hard, and there can be slip-ups, but we just keep moving forward, put one foot in front of the other, breathe in, breathe out. We will get there. We will get recovered. We will get to that light at the end of the tunnel. So keep doing it. And write about what that means to you. What does it mean to you to be in recovery? What kind of process are you in? Where are you in your process? And what does that mean? And where are you going to be tomorrow? Just some questions. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow because it's Friday. And I'll be on Facebook, so ask your questions there using the hashtag KatieFAQ. Bye!